you. Hope you're well. My name is Nikki DeForest, and welcome to part 12 of my Finding Your Soul Purpose series, bonus content. As Spirit and I moved through this series of blogs, yes, they started out as blog posts, so I'll leave a link in the video description to a page with all those blog posts in there. As Spirit and I co-created these blogs, I kept coming up with things that I thought, oh, I should have mentioned this, or oh, we also did that. And so Spirit and I got inspired, and we decided to create bonus content for all the things that I didn't remember to mention in the first 11 videos. There are many things that I've done along the way to find my soul's purpose that weren't necessarily about the things that I was doing, like being receptive or releasing energies, or, aligning with it or setting the intention to manifest alignment to it. Those are a lot of doing things, but there were a lot of things that we were just being that also helped us find our soul's purpose. One of those things, or one of those ways of being, was to do everything with gratitude. I was very grateful, constant, every step. I am grateful for that next step. And I don't even write about this so much on my blog, and I don't even talk about it so much in my videos. But every step I take, I am grateful for it. Every little thing. Every piece of guidance I receive, I am grateful for that guidance. I am grateful for the opportunity. I'm grateful to receive this. I'm grateful for the next step forward. I am grateful to manifest alignment to my soul's purpose. It is just so baked into everything I do. Gratitude is part of how I live that I didn't even think about mentioning it as something we need to do. We just need to always be grateful. So I think it's important to have a gratitude practice. And even as I was being grateful for everything, I decided to implement a practice. And one of my gratitude practices that I like very much recently has been to express everything I'm grateful for before I even get out of bed. Besides, it's a nice way to just kind of lay in bed for a few minutes longer. But I like to, wake up and be grateful for waking up to another day, grateful for how well I slept, grateful for the blankets that kept me warm, anything. I will start my day with gratitude practice. That's just one of the practices. There's so many gratitude practices out there. We can invent our own. Maybe it's a gratitude journal. Maybe it's a timer on our phone that reminds us to practice gratitude in that moment. Whatever a gratitude practice looks like for you, I encourage you to continue that on your path to finding your soul's purpose. Self-care and nurturing. That is another thing to focus on while we're, on this quest to find our soul's purpose. Self-care and nurturing. And yes, I did a video that sounded a lot like this, but I'm going to lean into the nurturing side of this. Nurturing ourselves as we are moving along this path to soul purpose can help us navigate this path with more ease. The changes that we can experience as we are moving and becoming more aligned, manifesting that alignment to our soul's purpose. Nurturing ourselves and taking care of ourselves through those changes is very important. I was going to say critically important, but I'll just say very important. Think of your quest to find your soul's purpose as the most important project you have in your life. It is how you are nurturing yourself. You're nurturing yourselves by finding your soul's purpose, by setting that intention and moving along this path to find your purpose. And ensuring that you're well cared for and nurtured will also ensure that you're vibrating at a higher level, which is often important to serving and living our soul's purpose. And from a spiritual perspective, keeping your vibration high matters. It makes a difference. And taking care of ourselves and nurturing ourselves on this quest to find our purpose is, again, sending a signal to spirit and the universe that you care about yourself and that you are ready and that you're vibrating high and that you are able to live your life's purpose. It will just help that flow and will help you identify that soul's purpose, discover it, align with it. And for some of us, self-care and self-nurturing is one of our soul's purposes. Forgiveness. Forgiveness is important in life, on our spiritual path, and in finding our soul's purpose. As we move through all the changes we may need to get us in alignment with our soul's purpose, we may discover some things about ourselves, about the way we used to be, about the way we used to behave, about the way we used to treat ourselves and others. We may find some of those things aren't ideal. Maybe they're not at all what we imagined how we'd live our life, or maybe we just find some really uncomfortable truths about ourselves. Like how I stayed in a career for a very long time that was detrimental to my health and wellness. I had to forgive myself for doing that. Much of what I learned about myself during my spiritual awakening and on this path to purpose, I just shake my head like, I can't believe I did that. But it was where I was at that point in time. It was what was aligned with me at that time. And some of the things I learned about myself, I wasn't very proud of. I had to forgive myself. I had to understand that that's where I was then. I had to forgive myself and release those energies so I could move forward in freedom. And it's easy to forgive ourselves, because that was who were then, but we're now different. Now we have consciousness, we have awareness of the things that maybe we were doing that weren't great or healthy or the best for us, but we did our best at the time. And now we have awareness and we can do better with forgiveness. We must forgive ourselves. I know that sometimes forgiveness can be challenging. I know that it might not happen like, oh, I forgive myself one and done. It might be a practice of forgiving ourselves for the things that we did. We didn't know better. We were doing our best at the time. Forgiveness. And also, as we learn and grow through this, we might learn about things about the people around us. And they too, again, we must forgive. We must forgive ourselves for what we did in the past. We didn't know better. We didn't know better. We were doing the best we could. And without forgiving ourselves, without forgiving ourselves, the energies, the people, places, things that are around us, whatever we need to forgive, without forgiving that is a blockage. That is kind of like nope, can't forgive that. Nope. I mean, when I say it, that just sounds like a blockage. So forgiveness. Just focus on forgiveness for whatever needs to be forgiven to move you forward on your path to your soul's purposes. And remember, if we have to forgive others or we want to forgive others, if there was a situation, we don't need their forgiveness. The forgiveness is always for us. It has nothing to do with the other person or the situation. We're forgiving us. We're forgiving ourselves. It's always about us. Even if we want to forgive someone else for what they've done, it's forgiveness for us to relieve that energy, to remove that blockage, and for us to move forward. Forgiveness is for us and our energy. As I mentioned before, we are always doing our best. Everyone, every time, including ourselves, is doing our best to the best of our ability, of our consciousness, of our awareness, of our capacity to love and grow in that moment. We are always doing our best. We are always living up to our level of awareness and consciousness every minute of every day, and so is everyone else. We are not perfect beings. We can only do what we know. We can only live to the level of which we are healed and aware of our behavior and the situations around us. We are always behaving as emotionally mature as we are in that moment, and just knowing that we are doing our best kind of fits in with forgiveness. We are always doing our best, and if we are not perfect, we can forgive ourselves. So on this path to finding your soul's purpose, give yourself grace and know that you're always doing your best, and so is everyone else. Just know we are always doing our best. We are always living up to the current level of awareness and capacity to love and hold the light and to serve this purpose. Be open. Be open to whatever emerges while on your path to finding your soul's purposes. Our purpose might not look like we expected. It may look like something entirely different than what we're doing now, such as my journey from finance and accounting to writing and content creation. Completely different things. Now, some of the skills carried over, but completely different things. We might have to change completely to be able to live our soul's purpose. So be open to what emerges while you're on this path. Be open to what emerges, be open to the guidance we're receiving, and be open to saying, I receive. I receive that, Spirit. Thank you for the guidance on this next step on my soul's purpose. I trust this path. I trust this guidance. I trust to move forward. And because we trust it, we are going to allow our soul's purpose to emerge from within us, to emerge from the guidance, to be discovered from within us. Because it's our soul's purpose, our soul's purpose. They are in charge. Our soul is in charge on the quest to find your soul's purpose. It's their purpose. We call it our soul's purpose because it is our soul's purpose. It's what our soul came here to do and be on this life, during this human existence, this human life. If we were playing football, American football, our soul is the quarterback. If we are playing in this symphony, our soul is the conductor of this life, of our soul purpose. We can also create this relationship with our soul as we're moving towards our purpose and allow that soul to flourish through us. Kind of like going back to a prior video, asking to be made a clean and clear vessel through which our soul can emerge and live its purposes. Trust your soul. Love your soul. Trust this path that it's on. Allow it to express itself through these human bodies that we have, through this human mind. Develop that connection with your soul. Be so well connected to your soul, but that there is no other option than to live your soul's purpose. Listen to the guidance of your soul and let it show you its purpose. Let it emerge from within you. Thank you for being here, and remember that by being here and watching these videos about how to find your soul purpose is setting the intention that you're ready, and you're ready. You got this. Listen to the guidance of your soul. Follow it and let it show you its purpose. Allow it to emerge from within you. Allow it to be discovered. Allow you to discover your soul's purpose through that soul connection. This resonated with you, remember to like, subscribe, set the notification bell, share it if you feel so compelled. I'm truly grateful that you're here. I love you, beautiful soul. Be well.